I guess, in a weird way, what they're doing seems not to be working so well. Here's the first poll since the debate. Morning consult with Politico. You got Joe Biden still at 32%. I really want to know what these people.
Huh?
I want to know who these people are.
Oh, the people who vote for Bernie, for Biden.
He's at 32%
Yeah.
after another lifeless debate. I want to know who these people are because they're not coming out to his events. Maybe they're at the bingo halls. I don't know. Bernie Sanders, after CNN did what I just showed you, after CNN, we haven't even gotten to the fact CNN is literally CNN has officially done more reporting, sending a reporter to Finland to do propaganda on single payer in Finland. They've done more reporting in Finland to attack Medicare for all than they've sent reporters to Flint, Michigan this year. So, Bernie Sanders, even after CNN has done all this, Bernie Sanders still in pretty solid second place. 32% for Biden, 18% for Bernie, 15% for Warren, 10% for Kamala Harris, who apparently the only response she has to Tulsi Gabbard giving her a real slap in the face was to call her an Assad apologist. So she's back single digits, 10% for the people. Kamala Harris. There we got Mayor Pete. Mayor Pete, who just hired a former Goldman Sachs executive to be his national policy director. Cory Booker, congratulations. He's gone up 1%. So Cory Booker is really rising. He's now at 3%. But Bernie's still in a solid second place. And this story, I was shocked. Hey, we like to bash the corporate media. We got to give them credit when they do something right. This was a very, very helpful and honest story from the New York Times. Detailed map of the donors powering the 2020 Democratic campaign. There you have it. Bernie Sanders, so far, 746,000 individual donors. Elizabeth Warren, 421,000. Mayor Pete, 390,000. A lot of them large dollar donations. Kamala Harris, 277,000. Union guy, middle class Joe, 256,000. Do you see this map? How blue it is? There is the color coding. Bernie Sanders is dominating nationwide on donations. All across that map is blue. All across that map is blue. If I zoom in, the only place that Elizabeth Warren seems to be winning in donations, understandably, Massachusetts. The state of Massachusetts, Elizabeth Warren is winning, with Sanders as a number 2. Bernie's winning everywhere else. Bernie's got Pennsylvania, a state that needs to be won for the Democrats. Bernie's got Ohio, a state that needs to be won for the Democrats. Oh, is this Ohio? Oh, this is Pennsylvania. Bernie's got it. This is Ohio. Bernie's got it. This is Michigan. Bernie has more donors. This is Wisconsin. Bernie has more donors. But, so I got to be honest, I'm pretty shocked. Pretty shocked that the New York Times did this. Give them credit. This shows what status quo has been showing all along. The people want Bernie. Yes, there are polls. There are polls that show Elizabeth Warren, tied with Bernie. There are polls that show Elizabeth Warren in rare polls ahead of Bernie. But as I always say, follow the money, and in this case, follow the grassroots. Bernie Sanders, respectfully, I'm not saying Elizabeth Warren's not doing well. Bernie Sanders is cleaning her clock in individual donors. Bernie Sanders is cleaning everybody's clock in individual donors. It's right there. You can see it right there. Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont has a huge lead over other Democratic presidential candidates in the number of individual donors they have accumulated so far. This is the first time since the primary race began in earnest that we can estimate how many individual donors each candidate has attracted, a key indicator of how much they're catching on with voters. I also want to draw a point for you, which is very important. CNN, MSNBC, they're all going to ignore it. Look at those with the least amount of donors. The least amount of individual donors, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden. Joe Biden is basically almost last. For whatever reason, they included Beto O'Rourke. I don't really know why, because he's polling so low. But The quote for the people has less than 300 individual donors. Quote middle class Joe, union guy Joe has 250,000, 256,000. Donations is part of enthusiasm, folks. And what we're about to show you, thanks to the great editing and camera work Ty did, what we're about to show you, folks, also goes to enthusiasm. Why do you think Joe Biden's campaign is barely sending him out on the campaign trail? Jen and I get the emails every day. Joe Biden's meeting with advisors today. I tweeted yesterday, can they tell us what they're talking about? Can they tell us where these meetings are so we know this is happening? Because if I wasn't a cynical young man, I think maybe there's something off. I don't want to speculate. Maybe he is not up to traveling this much. Again, I'm not trying to be a jerk.
Look under his eyes.
77-year-old men or 76-year-old men, I'm tired and I'm 32. All I got to tell you is Bernie's 77 and he's doing more campaigning than anyone. Maybe Warren and him are campaigning about the same, but there's something off there. There's something off.
Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statuscoup.com where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statuscoup.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.